tasty scene. Chop a dice, you make it clean. Sizzle, pop 'em with the mean. Your kitchen queen on the cooking screen.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. I know it's been a while. Had some stuff happen over the last little bit. I'm sure you've all heard. A little bit of a health scare, but we're on the right track now and we're back to make another video for you guys. So today, I've got my frying pan set up. I've got my onion ready to go. I've got my olive oil. I've got some seasoning here. Got the hamburger. We are going to make a hamburger, a Big Mac casserole. Sounds interesting. I've never made it before, but let's give it a try. So before we start with the hamburger, we need to do a little prep. So I've got my trusty little grater here. I've got my onion ready to go. Who wants to cut onions by hand so you cry more? I really don't want to do that. So we're going to slice some onions. This thing is rather difficult to use because it doesn't stay put very well, but we'll make it work. Hey guys, so got the onion shredded. It calls for half a cup of finely chopped onion. So we're going to throw that into our pan. And now I'm going to actually get Mike to help me because we just bought a brand new bottle of oil. So do you want me to pour or are you good to pour?
Good to pour.
Okay, we need to fill this up twice.
Twice.
One and two. Now that can go away. So it calls for olive oil, but all we have is sunflower oil, so we're going to use that. And because it's so big and from Costco, I need a little help to pour it. So we're going to turn the oven on just like that. And we're going to start cooking up the onion with the olive oil. And once it turns translucent, then we'll add our hamburger. So the onions are starting to go translucent. Sorry, my eyes actually are starting to water. So it still waters by doing that. So don't mind my eyes, I'm not crying. We are going to add, it calls for 2 pounds of hamburger. So we're going to get that started and get it going. Now we took this hamburger out earlier today, so most of it will be defrosted this time, so we don't run into the issue we had last time. So we're going to let that cook, and I'll show you what's next in a minute. So the next step is if you actually do have burger sauce at home, you can use that. But we're going to make our Big Mac sauce. So the way we do it here, it's better if you use mayonnaise, but all we have is Miracle Whip, so it's going to work. And we're going to make it so that we have roughly a cup worth of this burger sauce. So there is the mayo in the bowl. Now we're going to use good old ketchup. Give that a bit of a shake so it doesn't come out watery. We're going to squirt some of that in there. And that should be probably about enough, but if we need more, we can add more. And then we add the relish. Sweet relish. Okay, that's probably enough of that. So now we're just going to mix it all together. And it looks like I can add a bit more ketchup. We want it to be the color roughly of our mac sauce. And you know what? I'm going to add a little bit more relish for good measure. Apparently that's a lot more relish. but no worries, it works. And there is our burger sauce. So we're going to set that off to the side. So now we're just going to let this hammer keep cooking down. And then I'll show you what we're doing next. Well, guys, our hammer is getting nicely crushed down. So now that it's starting to cook down, I'm going to add the seasonings that we have. The only thing is I don't have onion powder, so we're not going to worry about that. So it always gives you like measurement amounts. I don't really like using measurements for this stuff. So we'll throw in some pepper. That's roughly about a quarter teaspoon. Throw in some salt. That's probably good enough. And then garlic powder. And like I've shown you before, we use Johnny's just because that's what we like. And we'll throw that in there. A little extra always works good for garlic. Now we're going to get this going in here. Let that continue to cook. And guys, like, this is the first time trying this recipe, so hopefully it turns out. If not, you guys will see it here. So guys, while our hamburger mixture is cooking, I got my little servant, my little helper, Mike, to shred some cheese. So we've got that ready to go because you need 2 cups of cheddar cheese. We use old cheddar cheese just because it has a stronger flavor. In this recipe, it calls for a quarter cup of relish, dill relish, which I've never actually heard of. So if you want more of a dill taste, you can chop some pickles into it and it's the same thing. We're just going to use relish because I don't really feel like chopping pickles today. So come back in a second, which will be literally a second for you guys, and let's see what we're doing. So guys, our hamburger is pretty well cooked. And the next step that we want to do is drain most of the hamburger grease because it's you don't need that much in it. So I'm going to get Mike here because it's heavier. So I'm going to get him to drain it for us. We got it draining there. We're going to let it drain for a second and then we're going to transfer it back to the pan. So guys, the hamburger mixture is pretty much drained. There's still a little bit in it. You can hear the sizzling. So our next part is going to be putting in our burger sauce. And that calls for a cup. I know it seems kind of weird that you're putting it into the I know. I kind of thought it was weird too. But I'm just going by what the recipe says. Let's hope it made a cup worth. If not, then we'll just make it. Well, we're pretty close to a cup, so it'll work. I'm not going to make more just for the little tiny bit that we need. So we're going to put that in here. And then it also calls for, like I said, a quarter cup of dill relish or a quarter cup of dill pickles, whichever you like better. But we're just going to use this. It's going to work because honestly, this is probably what they use. So we're just going to guess on that. That's probably about a quarter cup. Sorry, just trying to find the right spoon here, guys. Okay, we're going to mix this all together. So while we're doing that, we also want to preheat our oven to 350 degrees. So we'll mix this all up in here. Now, while it cooks, you will get a little bit more juicier or saucier coming from the mixture. So it may look a little dry, but don't worry, it'll all get better. So guys, now that that's starting to all cook in there, it actually smells really good. We're gonna put a quarter cup of cheese in with this and mix it around. That's probably a quarter cup. We'll go with that. And we're gonna let that get a little bit melty in there. And while that's doing that, you want to get a 9x13 pan out. I've already put the cooking spray in here because I just wanted to get it done. So spray your 9x13 and just set it off to the side. So now you can see in here the cheese has gotten a little bit melty. I mean, I could have added more, really. You could always use more cheese. We're going to take this mixture, and sorry, this pan is a little heavy. It might have a little bit of a hard time here. And we are going to dump it into our baking pan. Now, keep in mind, it's only me and Mike eating this, so this would actually be a good meal for a larger family, and you can double it too if you need to. So we're going to spread that all nice out like that. Now, here comes the even better part. We add more cheese. Now, it calls for 2 cups of cheese, which honestly I think might be a little too much, but we'll see. So we're going to spread all the cheese out. I'd say that looks pretty good. And now, for the finishing touch. Tater tots! So if I can find the scissors that I had on the counter that Mike put away, we're going to open this bag. It calls for the whole bag. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. And this is your topping. Pour them out like that. And then we can organize them on top. Now, I mean, if you want it to be really fancy, I mean, you can put them like this. But I don't need to have anything fancy today. So we're just going to throw them in here. Make them all fit. And you know what? A whole bag might be too much. But like I said, I'm going by this recipe. I have never made it. Maybe I do need to make it look fancy. Ish. So guys, I kind of played with my food a little bit. I know, never play with your food. It's a bad thing to do. Well, I did. So here I got it all arranged. I still have tater tots left in the bag. So I don't know, maybe this bag is bigger than what they call for in the recipe, but we can always save that for later and use it next time. So in this recipe, that's it for the cheese. But I still have cheese left. So once this is almost done, I think we're going to sprinkle some cheese on top. So now that my oven is ready to go, we are going to put it in the oven. And you're going to want to set your timer for 40 to 45 minutes. So if everyone wants to mute their sound for a bit, I'm going to get my AI to set a timer. Alexa, sorry, this one's name is Ziggy. Set a timer for 45 minutes.
45 minutes, starting now.
And with that, I'll see you guys in a couple seconds because you don't need to sit here and wait. Well, guys, we're about 5 minutes left on the timer. We're going to pull it out of the oven here. I'm going to steam myself first. We're going to set that up top here. Looking good. Now it doesn't say to do this, but who doesn't love cheese? We're gonna throw a little bit of cheese on the top. We're not gonna go crazy with the cheese up here because there's cheese everywhere else. Just like that. And like I said, there's about 5 minutes left on the timer. So we're gonna pop this back in. And we'll see when it's done. 45 minutes is done. We're gonna take this out of the oven. I'm gonna let it steam out first so I don't steam myself again. So we're gonna set it up there. And now we're gonna let it sit for a couple minutes before we serve it up. So guys, it's still hot. Don't want to burn myself, so keep this right here. I guess just dig in. Gonna go like that and go across. Can't forget all the little leftovers in there. And there we go. And we'll let you know how it tastes. Well, Mike, after you took a very hot bite, what do you think?
It actually tastes like a burger, to be honest.
Does it taste like a Big Mac?
Yeah, it's just well,
Or close?
pretty close to it. I personally, I would have put lettuce in it.
I don't know how that would have really tasted, but hey, we can try next time.
I honestly think it's a good taste of flavors and everything. Everything worked really good. Has been approved. 10 out of 10 again.
Ooh, a 10 out of 10.
That's really good.
And a double thumbs up.
Yep, really good.
Mikey likes it.
Mikey likes it.
Well, guys, it's definitely still hot. Oh, but it's actually not that bad. I think next time, because I'm pretty sure we're going to make this again, I'll actually add dill pickles because I think that would taste really good. Really easy to make. And I mean, if you really wanted to, I'm sure you could do different things. You could probably add tomatoes to it if you wanted. I think tomatoes would probably taste pretty good in here too. It doesn't have to be a Big Mac or casserole, but I don't mind it. So I think I'll give it a solid 9 out of 10. So that's not bad coming from me. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Oh, before we continue with that, I've been wanting to do another Pit Boss video for you guys, but we haven't had the best weather to do it. So be on the lookout. There will be another Pit Boss edition coming up. It's going to be a good one. But until then, hopefully you enjoyed everything, and I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.